Yeah. Putting them good American-made parts in there now.
Oh, good. Well, that one's junk.
We need one.
Perfect.
Might be dirty again. We only got clean trash. All right, so we're taking out the genuine ones. We're going to speed the pump up to a faster speed.
Oh.
So this is a 6.2 and a 24 versus a 5 and a 25. So up this one, drop this one, increases your speed. So this is 75 and later they just. So they went to a high volume pump, high pressure pump at 75.
Oh.
And this retrofits all the way back to 54.
That's it. It's too bad.
Excuse me. Yeah, that's all they go back to. Because before that they had splines and not keys.
Mm.
What are you doing?
Not doing anything.
Done scraping over there? So you gotta find a key. So we have two keys here. This is not the crank pin key, it didn't fit before. It's not a crank pin key. It's a pinion in the shaft key. And that is in very tight. It's a very hard location to get to, so I'd rather not use that one right there. Let's try this one. This one's looser. Probably not. Yeah. Slightly better, but not much. Okay, so I don't want to beat it on the shaft with a big hammer, so we're going to squeeze it over a pair of vice grips. Are these vice grips?
Channel locks, I think.
Oh, yeah, same difference. Lousy job. There we go. More straight now. Okay, there's a flat side and a non-flat side. That's called a bevel.
Okay.
Or a chamfer. They use both names. Flat side does not go to the inside because the shaft might not be round.
Ah.
Might not be flat. It might have a radius in there so it doesn't break.
Okay.
See how this one has a radius around it, so it
Yeah.
won't break. That's why it's cut out like that. Look at that, it goes on there like that.
Fancy.
Then you have a spacer. Then you have a carryover spring from the 30s, or 36, knucklehead crap. Actually, I think they didn't do that until 39 on this one, maybe. Before that, they had a 2-pitch penny shaft. So that goes in there, keeps the two gears sliding out. So if you had a spline, one here has a spline drive on it, that's what the spring's for. If you don't have a spline, you don't use this piece of crap. Because it's held on with a key and it has nothing to do. And we don't need to keep that over there because when the pump works, it comes outward. It comes out and bumps up against this one.
Yeah.
And the reason you have a gap in there is because that's on a taper, and if it bottomed out on that and not on a taper, it would be loose. It would come out.
Let's see.
So that's why you have a gap back in there. So leave the spring out unless you have a 54, 53 and earlier. Are you your bike?
Mine?
Yeah.
48.
47.
Oh, that's right. It is a 47. Good Lord. It's been a long week.
Same thing. Doesn't fit. You use this. He does not.
All right, well,
At least I'm not putting it in there. Now, if you want to take it out and put it in, you can do it yourself. I'm leaving it out.
Put it in your stock.
I am leaving it out.
save that spring. I might need it.
Okay, see how that went past the key now correctly? Because that key had a couple burrs on it because it didn't want to come out of the other shaft. And this does take a nut. Being a Harley, it's left-handed thread because they like screwing around with that shit.
Okay.
Official tool. Official tightening device for an official tool. 1, 2, 3. It's torque. How tight is that?
tight, but not too tight.
Perfect. See, he's got it figured out. Huh?
He's taking notes over there?
Factory trade. He's got it down now. Okay, now you rotate the crank, and if it wobbles really bad, that's not good. See how it's not really wobbling?
Nope, it's not.
Okay, that means the key and stuff is actually in the correct spot, not high spotted on it. And
Oh.
it's pulled over against the taper like it's supposed to be, and the gear is actually made correctly. Now this being a Harley gear, it probably was made correctly anyway, but I have seen some of the Chinaman parts that are kind of wobbly, wobble around a little bit.
I can see that.
You can believe that?
Yeah.
It's hard to believe though, but it does happen. This has 2 marks on it, you know why?
One is for the cam, and one is for the next gear over.
Right here?
No.
Well, this one?
Yeah,
Circuit breaker.
that one. Circuit breaker gear.
Circuit breaker. Okay, so this one here is a marquee. Marquee goes on marks. Marquee, marquee, marquee. Marquee goes right to mark. Oop, not that one. Quit moving. Dumbass. Goes there. And this heavy ass crank that just moved on us.
At least it's moving now.
So go back over here. So slide in a spot. Get the washer screw in. You see the washer moved on the other side. There it goes. See how tooth lines up? High to low. See how this one's a high?
Yep.
High does not line up with that one. It would be over here or there. So that'll tell you you're on the wrong mark. If they're not lined up perfectly lined. If it's doing like one of these deals, you're in the wrong spot.
Oh, okay.
Pretty precision. Okay, we got to check down inflate for that. Okay.
They
We're not going
thought
to put
it
this
was-
one in right now because we know it's going to hit. So I'm going to do it right now. We are going to take this one and try this one though. See how much clearance we have on that one. So we can adjust it. Now, does that gasket set come with a red washer? Let me put all the gaskets back in there. Who was that guy? Empty. I do not see a red washer anywhere. No red washer. There's a red washer goes underneath that gear factory. Phenolic washer. Now, I have seen people use valve guide washers in there, which is not correct, but I have seen some of these newer gasket sets not use their correct stuff because it's cheaper to use a crappy paper gasket instead of the correct one, which was a fiber washer actually, hard fiber washer. We didn't need that, did we? These are valve guide washers. 3, 4. Oh, there's 4 of those. Imagine that. Is that like a black rubber thing about that size?
See it.
I'm guessing it's down there. Yep, looks like a copper washer. Right there.
Oh no.
So this must not be a shovelhead gasket set, it must be a panhead gasket set, because there's only 3 oil line washers, not 4. So these are valve guide washers, they are not those.
Okay.
Well, they fit. Well, they're not what they're supposed to be. Chances are these would deteriorate from the constant rotation and break up and turn into oil filter plug.
That's not good.
So it's better leave it out than put it in there. Unless you have the correct red washer that goes in there. Okay, we don't have the correct red washer, we're going to ignore it. How's that cam cover look? Ooh, somebody was in there scraping the piss out of that bush.
That's right.
Did you blow it out?
You just did.
Perfect. So now what's different now from last time?
You got extra gear in there.
Which one?
The circuit breaker gear.
Nope.
No, you didn't put the circuit breaker gear on because it would have hit. It's the oil slinger gear for the generator.
Oil slinger gear.
Or something like that.
It's called an idler gear.
Yeah, that guy.
Oil slinger gear. I like that one. Did you make that one up?
I did. I just make shit up.
That was a good one. I like that. Did you like that
It
one?
is probably partially accurate.
That was pretty good. I was slinging a lot of something there. I'm not sure what he was slinging, but you want that one there or this one there? Yeah, close enough. Well, we put extra parts now. We got to go up here and do this one over here now too, because we got that gear right there. Okay, so we have the cam gear in there now, cam drive gear, and the cam is in there now too. So now we can check in play of the cam and the backlash in the teeth. See if the cam locks up, which would be a bad thing. And we can also check the in play of that gear. Determine how much a washer needs to be in there. Those shafts have no snap rings, so they just float. The correct shafts have snap rings that go in there. You have inferior parts on this vehicle. See, now when you take this cover off, all that junk can fall out.
Yeah.
So that's bad. So you can't run it without the cam cover now.
Probably a good call.
I'm not sure why that really matters, but I really want to make sure those parts will not fall off when the cam cover's on.
Weird. Can't imagine why.
I don't know. Can't be any over-engineering there, is there? So obviously the aftermarket decided, we don't care about that crap. So now you can't run your motor without the cam cover on. Remember that.
What a shame.
Okay. Cam moves back and forth now. That's good. No drag. Hear that noise?
Mm-hmm.
It's called backlash in teeth.
Okay.
So that might make a little valve noise. So if you hear a noise like this, it's probably the gear teeth. So the way you get rid of that, you put a bigger cam gear in or a bigger drive gear in it. Either one of those two will tighten that clearance up. And it won't make that noise. Turn them over, check a couple spots. Seems to be consistent, which means the teeth are good, but it's still there. All right. Next thing is, we appear to have in play. About that much.
About that much.
That's about the thickness of a fiber washer, I'm thinking.
Probably.
Okay. So it's not too tight. Got plenty of clearance. Don't worry about it. Clunk, clunk, clunk. It's got that kind of clearance, yeah.
Yeah. Just that amount.
Do you want to know how much that is?
No.
It's got a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
No, you want to know how much that really matters?
How much?
Not much.
Okay.
Okay, we're just going to roughly pretend like we know what we're doing here. Roughly 38 thousandths. That'd be a really rough number because these aren't too accurate when you're trying to just kind of hold it lightly and hit a couple of buttons. It's more accurate to put an indicator on it. Watch it go back and forth. See, it's hard to hold both fingers in there and do that. It feels like it's more than 38 thousandths. So I'm thinking it's safe to say it's at least 38 thousandths. And I think those washers are probably 32 thou thick. So
Yeah.
minimum. All right, so you can put some shims in there if you care about it, or just, who cares? Straight cut gear, it goes where it wants to, who cares? Doesn't matter.
All right.
Doesn't matter. Okay. Well, now there's a turn. Turn.
Still tracks.
Hey, the cam turns too now. Look at that. do all
Oh,
that
look at
stuff.
it go.
Breathers turning, cam gearing. Oh, you weren't sure about the breather clearance? About that much.
Okay.
Out of control. Case of rotating, I'm trying to rotate it. Throws my timing off. That flywheel momentum. Oh, you have to hold it, make it worse.
I'm making it worse.
If anything, I think it's got more drag on it. A little more drag.
It does look like it.
What do you think it's got more drag?
Parts.
More parts? Is that right? But it's smooth. It's definitely got more drag now. I think the drag is about at least 50% more. If not double. Yeah. Probably double. We still got one more gear to put in there. And then the oil pump goes in. That's really going to make some drag. Alright. So, let's go check our scraping deal going. Do you feel confident your scraping was in the right spot?
Maybe. Really tough to tell.
Tough to tell. Tough to tell.
Don't want to scrape it too much.
No, you want to keep doing it. But it's only scraping on the outside edge so far, so it hasn't moved to the inside yet. It might. It's making the bushing funnel shaped. A funnel oval shape. That's almost like a funny shape. They're different. Okay. Better doing that, huh? It's looking a little more even now. See the heavy wear on here. Lights, your lights off. There you go. See, that's all colored here at the bottom now, all the way
Yeah.
across. So now it's hitting on the full area. Yeah. Now it's hitting more consistent now. So we helped it slightly because it was only hitting on the outside edge of that bushing before. Now it's hitting across the whole face. So now it's just a strictly a misalignment issue now.
Mm-hmm.
Good enough.
Yep.
All right, that's it for now.